Grew up on the Gold Coast. I loved sport as a kid, enjoyed PE at school and the sciences. I studied a Bachelor of Exercise Science down there and continued that on with a Masters of High Performance Sport. Keenly interested in rugby union as a youngster and played rugby league as well, so kind of played those two interchangeably. But as I got further into my teenage years, probably focused on AFL a bit, really enjoyed that. Learned to love the sport and kind of chased after that going into uni, wanted to be involved in professional sport. Come from the Gold Coast Suns, spent 5 years there as a strength and conditioning coach. Exposed me to the athletes of a very high calibre, so guys like Gary Ablett. Got to work with them, it was a massive learning curve early, but the internship put me in good stead and got to learn from some really good practitioners. One of the biggest attractions of the Firebirds was that they're an established organisation, obviously with a successful culture, and I can see that netball in Australia is really moving forward and becoming a bigger factor on the Australian sporting scene, and I really wanted to be involved in that, even just in a minor role. As physical performance manager encompasses pretty much everything to do with the physical preparation of our Firebirds athletes and also members of the Fusion and Elite Development Program at Netball Queensland. I oversee and coordinate the communication between areas of sports science, nutrition, sports medicine, even research with the University of Queensland to pretty much just enhance our athletes' preparation so that when they're out there on the court competing, they're in the best nick that we can get them in. We look at running. One of the biggest things that we've worked on throughout the pre-season was the ability to maintain your intensity throughout the duration of the game. So looking at the repeatability of high intensity efforts. If there's a chock up, girls, go that again. So do the icky shuffle. Good, don't touch, good, Kim, good. One more icky shuffle, just a bit more intense. Good, fast feet, Gretel. Did you see Tipper go around that? I wanted to get him to go again, but just because of time. I'll speak to him next time. I just remember put it in my head. Super. And did you see Kate? Kate going around it? She's like this. Yeah, it's quite funny. In terms of the strength area, obviously landing mechanics is a very significant part of netball. So there's a lot of work in our strength program that goes on there. Things like controlling landing, single leg, double leg, dealing with rotation on landing, and also just accelerating and decelerating, which are also major components of netball. One of the biggest factors of the culture here is that it's player driven. So I like to think that I don't dictate to the girls. The club at the start of pre-season, the biggest thing that stood out to me was that you've lost some players of very high calibre and in leadership positions, but there didn't really appear to be any gaps in leadership. I feel like Gabby, Katie, Clam, Romelda all picked up that leadership role really well, and they've kind of established their role as leaders within the group already. I've been super impressed. The girls exhibit a lot of humility. They're very down to earth. They set high expectations of themselves. They like to do things for themselves. There's no babying. Really good personalities looking to help each other, make each other better. So the role that I'm in is the first of its kind in a full-time capacity at the Firebirds, which is really exciting in itself, and I feel really privileged to do whatever I can to help these girls moving forward and hopefully the future of netball.